My hat flew off. The wind almost picked me up, it felt like. And then I started seeing trees fall. Once I seen that, I was like, wow, here it comes.
At one point, the news was like, hey, it's too late to leave now.
The eye of the storm is going to pass right over exactly where you are.
And then all of a sudden, it all stopped. And that's when we realized we were in the eye of the hurricane.
We just saw houses like blowing in, caved in.
I heard my mom in the passenger seat praying.
People said that they smelled the smell of death. I finally realized what that smelled like.
My mother was like, everybody in the closet right now.
Where's your emergency? 911, where is your emergency? At this time, EMS, fire, and law enforcement cannot roll. We are all bunkered down. Can you guys? Oh my God! Oh. Emergency services, what's your location?
Please come get me out of here.
Okay, sir, listen. We can't send anybody to you, okay?
Hey, come on, it's taking my trailer.
Listen,
It's taking it apart.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, okay?
I'm understanding that. My roof is in.
During the storm, people evacuated here. But the storm was so powerful, it ripped off one of the roofs of where people were staying here on campus. We had them in the cafeteria, we had them in several of our classrooms, and we had families here. And if they were here, sadly, they had lost everything.
See something new every day that's tore up. These people can't afford to clean it up. Most people in this county doesn't make $30,000 a year, so they can't start over. They just gotta let it lay there and rot. Most of them don't even say they're leaving. They just leave and never come back. Start a new life. Get out of this depressed, destructive environment, I guess you would say. We're looking at somebody's whole life. It's their house, their belongings, everything that got destroyed in a matter of 4 hours on October 10th. The whole house. For however many years it took them to gather this stuff and create a home out of it, was gone in a matter of 4 hours. It's sad for me to to see that I haul it off and know that it's going into a garbage dump. It's just terrible.
Oh my God, we lost everything.
Starting all over is a challenge. People spend all their lives to accumulate things to provide for their families, and it's gone.
All I got out of the house was some pictures and a baseball.
I can't really afford to rent a place, start all over with furniture and everything. Even so, and I know I'm grateful for FEMA, I'm grateful for the government, I am. Even at this moment, I don't know what day they'll come and tell me that I have to leave. Even next month, they may tell me.
Don't play in the house, don't play this, don't put that ball there. Why you throwing that ball here? Why you throwing that ball here?
It feels like home, but it wasn't like the other place. Like the other place, it was either you go upstairs, you either go left or right, and we were all have our own little space. But now we're all just all together because the hallway is pretty much the living room, and the living room is pretty much the kitchen. So wherever you go, you're gonna see somebody else in the family.
I know that there are a lot of people that need places to stay, but don't qualify to get a FEMA home. I'm still confused on what makes you qualify for this when everybody's lost just about everything.
We took a ride today, and it's still so many houses destroyed, some of them still with trees on them. Man, I gotta pick all these sand spurs out by hand. Hurricane Michael brought us the neighbors' sand spurs. And we have corn growing. We don't know from where.
Nobody was taking care of these people. Nobody was helping them. I put on the Facebook that we still had room for more people. And then the screening process started, and then they came out.
Yeah, hurricane wiped out my condo. I was in Lynn and it was nice and low smooth here.
Oh, ain't no rubber ball.
Watch him, don't get him wet behind me. I'm used to it.
We had a family come in a couple of days after I did, and we were throwing a tent up for them. You just help out around with anything that may need help out. No government agencies did anything for me whatsoever. I thought the government was supposed to be there for us. And they weren't. They weren't for me. Living on the streets, sleeping in places where you got to worry about, being assaulted and things like that. This place is a lifesaver to some people.
I believe we're up to 25 residents now. What I am doing is not amazing. It is not special. It's normal. It's what should be normal for everybody. It's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a community thing. Regardless of where you live or what has happened, the community is supposed to get together and help.
All right, thank you, Miss Shelley. I love you, and I'll leave you alone now. Okay.
One might think that every place is affected by climate change, and they are. But not equally. There's tremendous variation. In terms of negative impacts, though, nowhere more than Florida and the Gulf Coast. Rising temperatures are the most obvious one. We can track that very carefully, but then you begin to see the ancillary impacts. Extreme weather events, frequency of severe storms and cyclones, destruction of buildings, apartments laid to waste. People want to see the future in an exaggerated way. Look at Florida. What is going to change viewpoints on this? If not this, what? Damage is not ideological. Damage is damage.
Where's your toy? Where's your toys? Where's your squeaky? Get it, boo. Get it. Get that toy. Come on. Get the toy. Get the toy. Get it. Here, look.
Here? No.
Get over
No,
here.
look. Like,
That's my baby. I treat her every evening. She's doing so good in school. She make 100 in her reading test. I feel so proud.
I make good money. It's just this. Okay, for example, the trailer that we were staying at before the storm was $545 a month, and now it's $900 because he's bumped the prices up. Taking advantage of people. I mean, that's a lot. There's a lot of good people who have came from this, and then a lot of people are showing their colors. You know.
Oh boy, what's the toughest part, Jeremiah, you think?
Not having pictures of Mom.
Yeah, we lost a lot of stuff, I imagine. That's be the toughest thing. We all had to move.
No, the stuff isn't a problem. The pictures are. We can't
Yeah.
retake those pictures.
And I slept in an abandoned building for a while. Whole nights. I had to sleep with about 6 blankets covered my head and just leaving a little part for my nose to breathe. And the day Miss Shelley come and pick me up and bring me out here, I went straight to sleep. I am home until I get my real mansion then.
Was that it?
This one we can't say on air, Tom. She said, whisper something dirty in her ear. So I said, your house.
Your house.
Am I surprised that it has taken Bay County this long to try and do something for everybody? Not surprised, but a little disappointed that they haven't done something for the people that lost. I do not think it's Democratic. I do not think it's Republican. Lack of morals, values, and standards is what I blame it on. Lord, please don't let Trump say coffee is good. The Democrats will ban it and I'll die.
A fight over disaster relief funding between Congress and the president has been brewing for months.
But so far, efforts to pass an aid package have been stymied by government gridlock.
Senators attempt to find a solution that President Trump will sign. The thing that's been holding it up is the president's objection to the fact that it also has funding for Puerto Rico.
I'm not sure why this was the political football that it became. For us to not gain the first federal appropriation for over 8 months post-storm, that was a travesty of response of our federal elected officials in the Congress not doing what they needed to do. I think as a result, people get disillusioned and disenfranchised from the political process because they feel like they have been in their greatest time of need. Backs have been turned on by our federal government.
My district, the 2nd Congressional District, Florida, is vitally important to the presidential election. This district actually makes statewide winners, including the president. You have to win it in a big, big way to offset the votes in Miami. And so if we don't get 65% Republican votes, no Republican wins statewide in Florida.
It was extremely disappointing to see the recovery process for Michael become so politicized. Part of its politicization had to do with the fact that there was also Puerto Rico support tied up in the legislation. The president and his Republican colleagues were prepared to even penalize some of their most loyal supporters to make another political point.
Feel you're pretty tough, but I had some great friends here that lately that's nearly had nervous breakdowns over this, that never seen them shed a tear in 38 years, and now, they shed a bunch of tears, wondered, how will we start over? How will we do, how do we fix all this for our families and give our kids a good life like they had before? Some of them, man, just can't handle it. They don't act the same. They don't talk. You don't see them as much. You don't get that phone call and ask about how the fishing is. Nobody's fishing. Nobody's hunting. Nobody's doing any recreational anymore. It changed their lives 100%.
We're hopeful that gets us into Pierce Hall renovations. So again, big thank you to David Melvin Engineering for the donation of that office space. Yes, Rob.
It also pays if we learn to be good listeners.
Yes.
There was a lady, she was like, well, I don't want to be unloading on you. I said, no, that's good for you. It is good for them to have somebody to unload on you. And by getting off of them, they're also maintaining their sanity.
Mm-hmm. But make sure you're taking care of yourself. And if you need help, ask for help. You have to last. That's part of the power of us working together. I am surprised and heartbroken every single week by stories of kids that were sleeping on makeshift mattresses made out of Walmart plastic bags.
Okay, these need to go on to the other.
Have they not had beds to sleep in?
They haven't. They've been sleeping with me.
Really? What's your name?
Say Kaysen.
Kaysen?
I have his older sister. She goes to the dad's on the weekends.
Well, so they'll have their own beds now.
Yes.
They'll have a bed to sleep in tonight. I think the majority of the recovery that's been done in this area has been primarily done by non-governmental agencies. When the government doesn't step up, people will just do what they have to do to help each other.
That's his favorite. I feel like it is. For sure. I got a new toy for you. The harness is red.
Dominic, open the door for her, sir. Okay. And put the back up where you got it from, please. That's dirty. I guarantee it.
Give me just a second to pull it up. Their letter says, regarding post-hurricane housing, Dear Miss Summers, Bay County has received several complaints from the area around your property regarding possible improper clearing of land, issues with multiple people living in the area behind your home.
Why are they worried about us? They have a whole lot of other things to worry about.
How can you say that we're doing something wrong that's morally correct? Everybody here came here because Bay County was not helping them. There is thousands of people sleeping in the woods, sleeping in their vehicles, sleeping in abandoned buildings because they have nowhere to go. These guys are safe. So why are you worried about here? There is no problems here.
It's only 12:30, but I don't care.
I don't care.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I've never been political. And this is exactly what they're doing now is exactly why.
They made some vows and spread their wings.
Come on, girl. I don't want to get involved in politics. 1, because I'm not rich. 2, because to them I'm a nobody. And 3, because why? It's not going to change them. They have lost sight of what America is supposed to be.
We did too. How? With this one? Nobody caught it. I only caught it.
Please rise for Rutherford High School's graduating class of 2019. You kept moving throughout this year. Some of you kept moving even though you were displaced. Some of you kept moving towards graduation even though you lost belongings and friends. Some of you kept moving even though we started school 3 times. And after a very challenging year, I am very, very proud of you.
It was all kind of a blur, I'm gonna be honest.
The Pride Rutherford's band will now perform into
I was the MC because I was the RSGA president, so I'm doing all this talking and I'm looking across and I see all my friends in their cap and gowns. I'm smiling, they're happy, and it's just like, wow, we did it.
When doing the practice, somebody was like, Isaiah, hit the Euro step. And I was like, I ain't gonna do it right now, but I'll do it in actual graduation.
Isaiah Montez Hill, scholar.
Said,
Hey, now you know we can't end this year off without letting Mr. Pilson come up here and do his thing.
It's like, today's the day. Today is the day that we can laugh at Hurricane Michael's face because he thought that we weren't gonna come back together, but we did it. I survived Hurricane Michael, I graduated high school, and next stop is Bethune-Cookman, class of 23.
I survived Hurricane Michael. I'm on my way to college. After that, who knows?
It's a lot of wasted good wood. Can't use it for anything anymore. We was expecting to be able to put tree debris there for the next 40 years. We'll probably run out of room this year.
It'd be close. We done come on in here quite a ways.
Yep.
And all that still got to get knocked down.
Yeah,
all that still got to go in the hole. Now just build up a little bit, and just keep burying it. Oh, that's a big hole, bud, but we got a lot of stuff to haul still.
I know. That's all I was wondering too.
I tell you one thing though.
we get done picking everything up, we're gonna have to find us another pit.
Yep, that's what I was thinking a while ago. I was talking about a while ago.
We
We'll
have
have
to find
to
another pit where we can.
find us some property to buy so we can dig more dirt.
Yeah.
We'll end up having, instead of a hole, we'll have a mountain, won't we?
By the time we're done, probably so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.